Among the hundreds of congregants, Samantha Revesai, the mother of one, has been searching for employment since arriving in the country 6 years ago.
God himself walked in this place.
She's just a visitor with a prayer request.
I really wanted to go and maybe the pastor pray for me so I can get a job. I'm so depressed.
The 27-year-old has been in trouble with her landlord for missing her rental payment.
The member of the church came to me and say, "You want money, right?" And I say, "Yes, I want money, because right now things are not fine with me, so I really want money." Then they said, "We want you to come next week." For the first time, they didn't tell me what to do.
She attended the prophetic salt service, and she believed God for a healing, man of God.
When Revesai honors the invitation, it turns out to be a Sunday of testimonies.
For 3 years, she was HIV positive.
For 3 years?
3 years, man of God.
Tell me what happened.
They gave me a paper. That was 2 of them. The first one was written, I was positive, because they already knew my name and my surname. So they went, I don't know where, to the doctor and say I was HIV positive. And the other ones was saying I'm now negative.
3 years is torment.
Revesai does not get to speak for herself though.
She was tormented, Pastor Alf, by that disease. On Monday, she went for a test, and she saw the test was negative. But just something said, let me check again on Thursday.
Come on now.
And Pastor, when she went back on Thursday, she got the exact results, HIV negative.
Hey! God is fighting for us.
I was not positive. I've never been positive. They wanted me to act as if I was positive, and then Pastor prayed for me and I get healed so they can attract other people to come to the church. They promised me money.
How much?
They said they were going to give me 1.5 every month.
Is a profoundly painful disintegration of a human being. To use that vulnerability for any kind of religious gain, which is false, I quite frankly think is criminal. And just because it's church doesn't necessarily give it, or church in inverted commas, doesn't necessarily give it credence.
Ever since then, hers has been a life full of regret.
So I don't want them to publish me anymore.
As you can see here on this,
Coming out for the first time.
yes.
This year, yeah.
This one.
Did you also recruit her?
Yes, this is me.
And this
As you
is
can see.
the lady that you were.
This man reveals to us he was the mastermind behind the alleged act.
Bless you. She comes Sunday morning because I tell her that it's not a big deal. I'll just give you a paper, a card written you were positive, now you are negative. So it's easy, you don't talk anything. This Pastor Jackie will talk for you.
33-year-old Blessing Kwemelau further reveals his role was to recruit.
Yes.
He claims he trained visitors to stage disability during sermons.
I was going to them and speak to them clearly. Guys, you know what the Nigerian did when they act. We are going to act. When we are acting, we want our things to be as real. So when we say you are crippled, you must act as that.
God heals you of HIV. HIV
4 years.
free.
Revesai was not his only enlisted actor. There were many others.
5 years.
We were something like 3 to 4 teams which were doing the same job. So for me, they were coming like, Blessing, we need 10 people for wheelchairs, 3 ladies, which will say we were having breast cancer. We want somebody like, she said I was deaf. when the pastor prays for her or for him, he or she will say, I'm now hearing. You see? So I was finding people, telling them, this job is like this, like this, like this.
He says he was given more role play because of his physique.
The time I arrived at the church, I take that person, I lift him or her up as if he is crippled. I put him or her on the wheelchair. I put another one in the basement floor, overfloor, inside, at the different corners.
I see there's a name written Tande.
Kwemelao says a chain of communication would be initiated and SMSs would be passed on, giving instructions to actors. He shows us a barrage of text messages he claims are sent to actors during a service in 2017.
I text here whilst we were on the church, because we go with this lady. We say to her, we will tell you your scripture there. So when we arrived there, the lady I was working with, she sent me the message. She said, tell that lady that she was not hearing for 3 years, as you can see.
Yeah.
Then I tell her, not hearing for 3 years. Then I see she never replied. I say, come out. She come out of the church, and I explained to her that if the pastor prayed for you, even if somebody talking to you don't answer, you are deaf, don't hear. But after she declares, you start screaming, jumping, as you can see here. Scream now and say, I can hear, I can hear. Go in front now. You see?
Kwemelao reveals this was also extended to special services.
And then this other one, she was on the wheelchair. This guy. It was the VIP service. So the theme was like, break the platter and crush the head of the viper. So I tell him here, after breaking the platter, you will shake and stand. Because he was on the wheelchair, as if he is crippled.
And he was not crippled.
He was not.